RAKAKA.se and RC, and I'm standing here together with Snoopeh from EG. And I want to start off basically by talking about yesterday just briefly. Maybe it didn't go as you would have thought and planned.
Well, we came off a bit of a rough week. It was LCS, and we actually went 1-4 LCS. Really disappointed in those results. And coming into this week, our expectations weren't actually so high. Obviously, we still want to win. Like, without a doubt, we're trying our best to win, but we didn't have that high expectations coming off of a bad week at LCS. And when we lost games we shouldn't lose. Like against IEM, we should really be beating them. I mean, you could argue the Korean teams are strong, we haven't played against them in a while, but we have. Last year we were consistently playing against these teams and doing really well against them, so there was no reason why we can't do that. We did at the end of the day finish a bit stronger. We had good games against SK, we had good games against the Nexus, but it wasn't quite enough. It was too little too late, and yeah, we didn't think it through.
I mean, I've been talking to a lot of League of Legends players here today and yesterday about the fact that the LCS teams that not in LCS are doing pretty good here. I mean, what do you think is the reason behind their success here?
One good thing that they have is they don't have pressure. Like there's no pressure on them to perform. Against the LCS teams, there's a lot of pressure to perform, and we have, like for example, we just come off a bad week, or a good week, whatever. We've had a good week, we're coming into this favourites. We come in a bad week, we're in like a slump or something like that. These teams are coming in totally, their last event was Sao Paulo like a month ago or something. And they're coming into this event with, no one has any expectations of them. They can play however they want, they have total freedom, and they pull off good results because of that. And teams like Millennium, teams like IEM, they're very, very strong teams, and they're active scrim partners. When we're playing in the LCS circuit, we actually play against these guys on a regular basis as scrim partners, because we want to hide our strats from LCS teams, so we play against these guys, and they can take scrims off us quite easily. They're really good teams.
Do you think that benefits non-LCS teams in tournaments like this, the fact that they have a broader scale of teams to pick from when it comes to practicing? I mean, you obviously can't practice that much against teams that's in LCS.
Yeah, that definitely would say that's an advantage. And they don't have to show everything to us. We play games at LCS, and they can constantly analyze. They have a lot of things to analyze on a weekly basis of our teams for these kind of tournaments, and it definitely is an advantage for them.
And you mentioned the pressure a little bit. You recently joined EG, and does that factor in anything when it comes to pressure? Do you feel you have to perform even more maybe now that you have a team like EG behind you?
No, I wouldn't say that it's like the prestige of EG is more pressure necessarily. It is an adjusting thing. Like we joined a new sponsor in January, we're still like changing over from like old things are becoming new things, and we have to like pick up the pace a bit, and there's different things we have to cater for. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily too much pressure because we're in EG. No more so than it was in CLG.
And let's talk a little bit about this tournament. It's going on right now, and looking at the teams that left right now, which of them are you think are the favorites for winning this, and or what team is going to be able to beat the Koreans basically?
Well, Gambit proved at IEM CeBIT that they beat the Koreans, was it 4-1 I think it was? They lost one game in group stages and they went 2-0-2-0. So I think Gambit's and they're 5-0 in the group here at the World Championships. They are the defending champions as well, so I think a lot's on them. It's almost their title to lose at this point. They did really well, and I think Gambit can take it. I'm pretty convinced they can take it.
Are Gambit Gaming the strongest team overall, you think, right now, looking at all the regions?
At this particular point in time, perhaps, yes, but I think that can change week on week. Like coming into LCS week 1, they had not the greatest week. We beat them in week 1 and then they beat us in week 2, for example. Like things can change so fast, different patches can benefit different teams, and I wouldn't say they're leagues ahead of anyone else, but they're a good team for sure.
There's a lot of talk about Team We, Team World Elite. They're doing really strong. I mean, how do you think they would match up, say, against, for example, Gambit Gaming?
I can't remember if they played at IPL 5. World Elite are really strong showing at IPL 5, and I think they're actually undefeated in sets offline at the moment. And World Elite's a really strong team, but we don't really see much of them. I haven't watched much Star League, so I don't know how well they're really doing, but apparently they're really solid, and coming off their success of IPL 5, I think they've had a good run of tournaments since. So the next time we'll see them, I don't even know when the next time we'll see them is, but because of a lot less international tournaments now, we may not see them until finals, perhaps. But it'll be interesting.
And you're from Scotland, and I mean, the scene in Scotland, how is that? I mean, for example, are the internet connection up to pair, and I mean, are there a lot of, you know, are your neighbors playing League of Legends too? And
it's funny that the Swedish guys ask about my internet connection, but that's well, the internet connection in Scotland is nowhere near as good as Sweden, but it's still first world internet. It's not third world internet. It's fast enough to play games and stuff like that. There's a bunch of my mates play games, but the competitive scene is nowhere near as big as it is in Sweden, or even Germany or Korea. Like it's not anywhere near as big in Scotland or even the UK, in fact. Which is sad. I'd love it if it was bigger, but it's just not at this stage in time.
So I mean, would you think you would have been able to continue some kind of competitive career staying in Scotland, or was it? And then you needed to get out of Scotland in order to pursue a professional career?
I wouldn't say. I mean, I could stay at home and still travel to these events on a weekly basis. I could do that, but it was more beneficial to be with the team. If you want to be a top team, it's more beneficial to move together and play together every week. So I would say, yeah, if I wanted to stay at the very top level, I'd probably have to move away from Scotland at the moment.
And I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming year. I mean, LCS is obviously a huge deal for you guys, and I mean, how is your chances in that tournament, do you think? I mean, what's your goal basically, and also like what other things are you planning on doing in the upcoming year?
Our biggest goal is obviously we want to be at the finals. That's the biggest goal. We want to be in Season 3 finals. We're at Season 2 finals. We finished top 3-4 at the Season 2 finals, and that's our aim. We want to be in Season 3 finals. That means we have to stay at the top of the European circuit, and I think that's very much a reasonable goal and an achievable goal that we'll set for ourselves.
Okay, well, good luck in the upcoming year then, and see you around.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.